Hey guys, this year I'm going to be talking about some Flash Season 9 news that we got over the weekend. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, almost get new notifications on. Let's talk about the news regarding the Flash Season 9. So, I'm not going to be showing any set photos in this video. Canographs, you can go check out him on Twitter, whatever, everything he has on his blog posts and that. I'm not going to be showing that in this video. I'm just going to be talking about it. And if you don't watch Sports Season 9, don't watch the video. Or read the title. Or look at the thumbnail. We learned that Red Death is coming to The Flash. I have done several videos about this. And it was one of my first ever Season 9 videos. Me literally saying that we could potentially see Red Death 9 months ago. I didn't think it'd actually come true, but here we are with Red Death. Now, I've seen some people say that, oh, it should be Alvar or Wally or, a version of Bruce Wayne. And since Ryan Wilder is confirmed to be Red Death at this point, everyone's been complaining. I shouldn't say everyone. Most people have been complaining that it's not Bruce Wayne and it should have been Alvar or Bruce and not Ryan Wilder. There are some sexists out there saying that it shouldn't be a woman, which is just what the hell. Also not that surprising considering this is the Flash community, and anytime we bring in a female to be a villain or any female in the show, there's always backlash, apparently, especially in the Arrowverse, but there's more backlash than normal because it's not found in the comics of it being Bruce Wayne, and there's people complaining nonstop. It should be Bruce Wayne. If it's not Bruce Wayne, it should be Alvar. Ryan Wilder makes the most sense for the Arrowverse. If Bruce Wayne was in the Arrowverse, I would say absolutely it should be Bruce Wayne, no doubt about it. But they've been trying to get rights to Batman for God knows how many years. So this is the closest thing we are ever going to get to Batman. Even more so than Batwoman being in the Arrowverse. Like, no one understands that Red Death is Batman. Except now in the Arrowverse is Batwoman. They're twisting it due to the fact they don't have rights to Batman. It's the reason why the Gotham Knights show is killing off Batman with a Batman mask and just a tuxedo. They don't have rights to him. It's pathetic for the Gotham Knights show. But everyone should be happy that we are getting Red Death, period. We shouldn't even be getting him. I never thought we would because he's a Batman character. Now look, if it was Alvar, would there be more emotional impact? Yes, 100%. But Alvar is a Spectre. Let's look at this. For Alvar to become Red Death, right? There's one or two possibilities. One, he's from another Earth, became Batman, and stole the Flash's speed, killed Barry, merged with Barry, became an evil murderous speedster, destroyed several worlds, ended up on Earth Prime, meets Barry, confronts him as Alvar Queen, and here we go. Or we're dealing with the Earth Prime Alvar, getting super speed, turning rogue, which would not follow Alvar at all, and him somehow not having the Spectre's powers on top of being Red Death. That second option would not add up, and that first option, Alvar Queen is not Batman. He is the Green Arrow. You can't twist that. If we see Steven in this show, our number one reaction would be, okay, he's Alvar Queen. They can't do that. And also, Alvar Queen in every universe is not part of the Bat family. He's connected to it through Bruce, sure. He works with Bruce on several occasions. But he's not part of the Bat family. Similar to, or opposite of Ryan Wilder, who is part of the Bat family. She is Batwoman. It makes the most sense for it to be Red Death, for her to be Red Death in the Arrowverse. It makes the most perfect sense. The more and more I think about it, as it's been announced, the more and more I like the idea. I don't know if I love it, but I like it. And I don't know how the story will go. I think they'll do good. I think if Eric Wallace isn't cramping everything in, because in the same episode Red Death is in, Rainbow Raider's in it. The OG Rainbow Raider. The one that we haven't seen since season 1 in 108. The first ever Arrowverse crossover. Does that ring any bells to you? We're getting Captain Boomerang. Owen Mercer, whatever his last name is. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because the first Captain Boomerang appeared in the first Arrowverse crossover. So it's now 2 Arrowverse villains. Even though Captain Boomerang is a different Captain Boomerang, but still nonetheless, 2 Arrowverse villains that had their first appearances in the first ever Arrowverse crossover, appearing in the final Earth Prime Arrowverse show. In the final season of the final Arrowverse Prime show. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. Considering we've only seen those 2 in Red Death, you would think it's a rogues gallery, with just Rainbow Raider and Captain Boomerang. But the thing is that Red Death and Rainbow Raider seem to be working together. So if they're building a rogues gallery, Red Death is more powerful than any of them. He's more powerful than Barry in the comics. I mean, he literally killed Barry. Technically killed Barry, if you think about it. Took his speed, destroyed several worlds. It was more powerful than anything that happened to Crisis on the Earth in the comics. And what happened in the Arrowverse with Crisis? Whether you like it or not, I don't. But whether you like it or not, what happened in Crisis in the comics is like 100 times more of a risk and more of a threat than what happened in the Arrowverse. It is. In the comics, Barry and Kara and I think Wonder Woman died. We had like 10 different Batmen. Literally, like, everything that could have happened in that Crisis in the comics happened. And more. And then some, right? In the Arrowverse, we had Oliver, 90s Flash die, a whole new multiverse, and that's it. Now, let's dive deeper into Red Death. In the comics, Red Death is from Earth -52. He's from the Dark Multiverse. Now, I might do a full video talking about the Dark Multiverse related to the Arrowverse before season 9 even airs, because I have a feeling it won't be brought up at all. But if they're going to follow the comics with Red Death, even though it's Ryan Wilder, they don't have to do the story of, her strapping or, Barry out to the front of the Batmobile and ramming them into the Speed Force. We could see a very comic-y Red Death, even though it's Ryan Wilder. But in the comics, Red Death does come from Earth -52. Again, part of the Dark Multiverse. If they're going to do that in the show, not only could we see the multiverse come back, but also the Dark Multiverse. Now, where would that leave the Arrowverse? In the comics, the Dark Multiverse opens up these several universes of Batman's Wars of Sphere. Meaning Red Death, Batman Who Laughs with his Joker as Batman. That would never, ever, ever, ever happen in the Arrowverse. But it'd be cool to see. It won't happen. But this is leading more into the dark metal stuff, which is also similar to where I think Deathstorm was originated from, or had some connection to, with the dark metal. Which I don't mind. But we also have to remember that this is a 13-episode season, and it's the final season of the show. Of The Flash. Red Death, in the comics, infected the Speed Force, managed to make everyone he comes close to age like decades and seconds, and they all die. He destroyed worlds on his own, zero help. you can't tell me this is a one episode off. I hope to God it is not one episode off. If they somehow, some way, wrap up Red Death in one episode and it's not well done, I will go on a rant. I will go on a full-on rant in the episode review. I really hope to God that Eric Wallace knows that this has been setting up since season 5 when Singh brought it up. But I didn't want to see Red Death since like season 4. It's even longer than that. I really thought Red Death would have been a villain season 5, season 6, the route they were going. I do think who's going to be a villain in season 6 in the premiere. I think Eric Wallace is teasing that, but it never happened because the CGI wasn't upheld. Because they probably want to do a lot with that. But with the black hole, it wouldn't really work anyways with Red Death. But, I mean, Red Death, Cobalt Blue, you know, in one season, that'd be amazing. But the thing is, I don't want Red Death to be one episode off. Assuming they're following the comics, Red Death, Ryan Wilder, if they're going to follow the comics, she's some Earth 1952, she's merged with some speedster. I would assume it's a Lady Flash, because I can't assume they would merge a Barry Allen and Ryan Wilder. That'd be a little bit weird. It was already a little bit weird when Bruce Wayne and Barry Allen merged. Do we really need Ryan Wilder and Barry Allen to merge? I don't think so. It'd be a little bit weird. So I'm wondering if maybe it'll be like Iris. You know what I mean? Like Iris is the Flash of Earth negative 52. And they do that whole storyline, which would actually line up with the fans. I mean, a lot of fans have been wanting Iris to like wear a Flash suit. Maybe they'll bring that to life in the show. I mean, in the comics, it was a similar Barry Allen to the Earth Zero Barry Allen, which is where Red Death went to when he met the Flash. Would it really be full-fledged to say that on Earth Negative 52, if they're going to bring in Ryan Wilder's Red Death and their backstory, if Iris was actually the Flash in a Flash suit and not a purple jacket? Like an actual Flash suit like Barry has right now with gold boots and, you know. I mean, I love that. If they can pull it off, if Candace, you know, is actually on set when they do it. I make jokes about it, but let's be real, she might miss that day. Who knows? No, seriously though, it would be cool to see in live action, because I know a lot of people have been asking for that. I've been wanting to see that too. Iris in the Flash suit. But, you know, who knows where all that would go. Again, it'd be cool, but who knows? I think I already said this, but my original thoughts when I saw it was overly hyped up because of Red Death. But you could put Oliver Queen in that suit and it would make zero sense. Like, the backstory, the only way to add up is if they made him Batman in Earth Negative 52. That's the only way. Now, another tie-in to the Arrowverse was, if you remember, Harry in Crisis on Earth X said that there's only 52 Earths. He didn't know it was an infinite number, right? He only thought there was 52. And he named Earth 53 Earth X, which, you know, was the entire setup for Crisis, which didn't really add up for season 2 when they said there's infinite worlds, because there's only 52 at that point in time, or at least Harry knew, and, you know, there we go. But the thing that, again, would be interesting to see is Earth X on a negative world. Is it part of the dark multiverse, right? Like, could it be like when Barry went through the negatives before, or when? I guess we haven't seen that in the show, I don't think. Where we're traveling through the negatives before since season 5, but since then this before has changed so much. But I wonder if they're going to show glimpses of Crisis on Earth X in the dark multiverse they bring that in. That'd be kind of cool to see. You know, because Earth X being on a positive number Earth, I mean, it may have lined up with the comics, but that's a negative world. Like, that's like Nazis and everything. You would think that'd be part of the dark multiverse, not the positive one. You know, then again, the positive multiverse is full of dog crap, but you know what I mean. You would think it'd be part of the dark multiverse because how dark it is, and it's just, you know. But I'm also curious if this Red Death is from Earth negative 52, the dark multiverse. Are we going to see like two different kinds of breaches, right? One to the normal multiverse, one to the dark. I would assume that's the route they would go. But I would also be very interested in knowing, is this happening on Earth Prime, or is Barry on another Earth? Because this Red Death cannot be on the same Earth. Unless this is a whole thing of Red Death is Negative People's Avatar, and it's Ryan Wilder. Now, I don't think that can happen. Because for that to happen, you have to have negative thoughts to be part of the negative Speed Force. Now, Thawne, assuming he's still kicking around, which who the hell knows anymore, because I don't really think he's dead. I don't think anyone believes Thawne is dead. Eric Wallace can say it a bazillion times over and no one would believe it. So, I think we are all left to question, is Thawne dead? If he's not, is he setting up Ryan Wilder to be Red Death so he can pull what he did in 819 and become the Reverse Flash again by ripping Matt Thawne's face off? But instead of it being Matt, it's Ryan Wilder and he becomes the Reverse Red Death. Now in the comics, it was said that Red Death became the quote-unquote Reverse Flash. You know, it's more or less a Reverse Red Death with a gold suit, gold bat logo with a lightning belt or bolt going through it, because he turned back to Barry Allen. But hear me out here. If this is the Earth Prime Ryan Wilder, and she's part of the Negative Speed Force now, what if on some level, and I know no Batwoman Ryan Wilder fan would want this, but it'd be pretty cool for Reverse Flash and Ryan Wilder to be like having a similar situation, not them merging, it wouldn't be a merge, but it'd be to the point where Thawne is like sharing his negative thoughts with Ryan through Negative Speed Force. That's what turns her into the Red Death. And then like Thawne fully gets through the Ryan Wilder, becomes Eobard Thawne again, uses Ryan, kills her because she won't survive that, and then the suit turns to gold and we got the Reverse Red Death, and he's more powerful than ever, even more powerful than when we got 820, and Barry has to face him again, and that's how they end the show, with him fighting the Reverse Red Death, which is Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash, the native Reverse Flash, whatever you want to call him. I think that would be a pretty cool setup. Would they do it? No. But it would be so cool if they were doing that. Because the more and more I think about it, the more and more it's either... Because whether it's Ryan Wilder from Earth Prime or Ryan Wilder from Earth 52 or Earth 100 bazillion, the Red Death storyline, you can say it to me a bazillion times, it would never change. They have to make Ryan Wilder merge with a Flash or a Speedster to get you Speedster powers to save the people, to save her family. That's what Red Death did in the comics. Bruce Wayne killed Barry Allen by going to Speed Force. They merged, became Red Death. Bruce was in full control because he's Batman. He's the most powerful one in the DC universe, kind of, if he has prep time. And with the Flash of Speed, he destroyed everything and everyone, and he went to other Earths, destroyed all these other Earths, and nearly killed Barry, you know, what would be our Barry in the comics. So, is it really that full-fledged to say that what we are dealing with is either like I just brought up, Ryan Wilder, Iris West being the Flash in her world, you know, that's how she became Red Death. Or if it's Earth Prime Ryan Wilder, Thornwell breaks through the negative speed force in Ryan Wilder, and we'll get the reverse Red Death, which I think would be very missing to see in live action. So yeah. Again, relating to the Dark Multiverse, if they're found in the comics, it could work, it could not, I don't know. If they do it well enough, it could. If they don't, it's a risk. But I think they should take it. Because it would add more to the story for Red Death. Assuming it's not a one-off episode. Which again, I hope she's not, because it'd be so stupid to wait 9 years for Red Death and all we get is one episode where Barry gets his butt kicked. That is pointless, stupid, and just straight up what the hell. Like, there's zero reason for that. Right? There's no reason for Red Death to be a one-off episode and that's it. Like, there's not. I can't see that being the legit case here. I can't. So I really hope it's not a one-off and, you know, I don't know. But, yeah. Thank you guys for watching the video. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.